Hello and welcome to day 8 of our women's wellness journey. I'm happy to be here with you, and I pray that you are doing well and that you are getting some little bits, from our sessions, little bits to help you take even better care of yourself. So, we're going to review what we talked about foods. Foods that affect our mobility. We know that food affects our health, and mobility is a part of it. We'll go a little bit deeper into ways that we can add more beneficial foods to our existing meals. I'm not asking for anyone to completely overhaul what they're doing. The way to change, should you choose to make some changes, is with small little baby steps that accumulate over time. Let us get started, beginning with our breaths. We're always breathing, but we now have the opportunity to consciously breathe together. So make any adjustments you need. Your seat, so that you're upright. And we will take 3 cleansing breaths together. And let me guide you. Let's take a breath in and open the mouth and release. Maybe you feel a need to make noise. Inhale. Open the mouth, and if you want to sigh, and one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And resuming your comfortable breathing, where you now are more conscious, where you actually can feel your breath. And I welcome you and invite you to take the little things. Like I said, maybe you put your hands on your chest during the day when you feel that you need to slow down, when you need to breathe a little bit more deeply. Maybe you need to connect with your body. Physically placing your hands onto your body brings you back into your body. And your body is where the present moment is, so that we don't get stuck in memories of the past or cycling out about what's to happen in the future. We come here, becoming more present with our breath. And when we are present, we can make even better, more informed decisions to choose to hydrate. I was trying to be prepared for our session today, and I have a nice big mason jar, but it's over there, so I can't just grab it here and go, whoop. This is a reminder for all of you to hydrate, to take care of yourself. But one of the easiest things that you can do is drink some water. So notice how your mouth feels. Notice your throat. Is it moist when you swallow? When you swallow, does it feel easy or not so easy? When I was doing all this with my nose, I have some allergies. I'm allergic to something. This is all part of our wellness. I'm not going to judge it. I'm simply realizing that, I'm a little bit of itchy. Something's going on. So if you are experiencing any allergies, also know that your allergies, it affects your nose, the whole throat, ear, nose, and throat, eyes, skin, can also affect our hydration because we have to breathe more, or emphasizing the importance of our hydration. But I digress. Foods specifically, talking about foods that affect our mobility. So I wanted to say that we talked about foods that help and the foods that hinder our mobility, touched about processed foods. So here is some information, talked about the research. Here is this. There is a 2015 International Agency for Research on Cancer classified processed meat, bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meat as a group 1 carcinogen. That means that there is strong evidence that it raises cancer risk. So I wanted to bring this to your attention of deli meats. Without any alarm, but this program is designed to help you take better care of yourself. And so if you do eat processed meat, it's not to freak out, but it's to say, okay, now I know that there is research, documented research on the cause and effect. And so what you can do now with this information is look at what you're eating and decrease. Slowly ease out, unless you're so moved and you feel like, you know what, I'm done with this. Boop. There's so many different factors, and I don't know all of the different factors for everybody's lives. Again, you do the best that you can. So perhaps you say, okay, I'm not going to eat hot dogs. I'm not going to eat sausage. Maybe once in a while I'll have some bacon. Maybe once in a while I'll have some deli meat. But here is something simple, mechanical processing. Grass-fed beef burgers do not carry the same risk, though the high heat can still generate carcinogenic compounds. So there is a difference between meats. So it's saying that meats are associated with inflammation. Inflammation affects our mobility, affects our health. So if you can differentiate, okay, processed meats, and especially grilling processed meats, those are the highest. So then that would be an area like, okay, let's focus on this area, but I'm still going to have grass-fed meat, and maybe I won't grill those. So those are some things that you can do. Again, as I said last time, reach out because I'm trying to give specifics, but everyone has different styles of eating, different lifestyles. Again, this is to raise awareness. Other things that we can do, decreasing meat consumption, adding more plants, as I talked about. So vitamin C rich foods, foods that are naturally rich and naturally high in vitamin C, along with other nutrients. Talked about the bell peppers, but specifically color. Red, orange, yellow are some of the highest of vitamin C. Adding that to your routines. If you like fresh bell peppers, slice them up. Maybe you have that with some hummus, or maybe you have that with a little snack with your lunch, that you have your lunch. You can add it into salads. You can add it into quinoa salads. Those are some examples. Guava, kiwi, and papaya are also high in vitamin C. We typically associate citrus as high in vitamin C. It's high in vitamin C, but the bell peppers, guava, kiwi, papaya are much higher than citrus. So variety. How much variety can you have? Last time I talked about the microbiome. I'm going like this. So our gut, our belly, the bacteria, there's good bacteria, bad bacteria. We want to have a plethora and abundance of the good, healthy bacteria, and we're doing that by choosing more plants and fruits and vegetables. Colorful, vibrant, greens. Add greens to your routine. I'm going to just grab something so you can see. These are broccoli microgreens from a local farm, Jana Farms. And look how beautiful these are. So I talked about nutrients. These are high in sulforaphane. Look at these beautiful. And you can add these simply. An example talked about last time of an avocado toast, and sprinkle some of these on top. 1 ounce of broccoli microgreens is equivalent to a head of broccoli. So that is a way that you could boost your nutrition, add up the nutrients, or say that you do all of the things we talked about, like, oh, I'm going to do colorful bell peppers with some of these broccoli sprouts, and I'm going to have some of these fruits, and I'll do some citrus and literally slice some lemons, oranges, limes, Squeeze it on top, a little bit of salt and pepper. Beautiful. Just an example. Yay. Small steps, small changes. One that we talked about before previously, drinking some water, having a glass of water. So hopefully by now that you already are doing that, that you're drinking your water and being more conscious of your water. Breakfast, talked about an example of I'm visiting friends, and one friend has a cup of coffee and a piece of sourdough toast with butter. And that said, one thing that you can do to up level that is add some avocado to the toast, put some of the sprouts on top. If you wanted to up your protein, you could do some hummus with avocado and the sprouts. Examples. Say lunch. What's a typical lunch? A sandwich. Just throwing it out there. We talked about a sandwich with deli meat. We can up level it by adding some sprouts to the sandwich. You can add some sliced tomato to the sandwich. You can add up some sliced bell peppers to the sandwich, or maybe you don't like, oh, no, I don't want to add that in the sandwich. So then you have that on the side. And if you are not at home and you're taking your lunch with you somewhere, or maybe at work and you're packing it, you have your sandwich in one container and you can slice up the bell peppers and snack on those. Right? You can also have some sliced fruit. Maybe you have some sliced orange. And if it's already pre-sliced, you will be more inclined to eat it as opposed to just the whole orange. And then you have to peel it. Some people don't like to do that. That's something that you can do. And those are some examples. And then let's see, what's a typical dinner? Macaroni and cheese. How can we up level that? Add some veggies. You can do a side salad. You can steam some veggies. You can do a light saute, or add the broccoli sprouts, or the same thing that you do with lunch. Like I'll have a few bell peppers, I'll put some broccoli sprouts, I'll do some citrus, maybe make a big batch. Batch cooking is very, very helpful. If you're going to be making anything, say we're using these examples, the macaroni and cheese or the sandwiches, making a big batch of the macaroni and cheese so that you have leftovers. This way you have options for lunch the next day. I'll take leftovers, or that you start to consciously plan. These are ways to help you take even better care of yourself. So coming back to our breathing, we're going to do another form of breathing. We've been working on our box breath, and we're going to, each week, we're going to keep building and building and building. This one is called the physiological sigh. So it's 2 inhales, one, and then a deeper one, and a slow exhale out of the mouth. Talked about stress. We all experience stress, but are we managing it in a healthy way? And one of the most healthy ways that we can manage our stress is by simply breathing. Just breathe a little more deeply. Just allow yourself to take the time to breathe. As little as 3 full, long, deep breaths can make a change. But this physiological sigh, there is research that shows, can change the state that you're in 30 seconds. So another excuse that people have about wellness, oh, I don't have time. It takes so much time. Do you have time to? So we're going to do the physiological sigh right now. Getting comfortable in your chair or adjusting yourself, adjusting whatever you need, your clothing, your hair. And we're going to do that together. Inhaling 1, deeper, and then out of the mouth. Again, inhale, inhale, and exhale. And last time, inhale again and release. resuming your breath, and you feel, or I should ask, you feel, how do you feel? Do you feel a change? Do you feel almost as if a calm, a calming sensation washes over your body? Yes, that's exactly what it is. We're adding more and more tools, more and more techniques for you so that you can master, that you can adjust to whatever situation is happening in your life with a breath. And now we'll move through the body. You're going to inhale, the arms come out and up. And exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, reach. And exhale, they come down. I'm making noise. Feel free to make noise. And I invite you, get comfortable hearing the sound of yourself. Breathe. Exhale down. Two more of these. Getting comfortable with hearing the sound of yourself breathing because it's important information. It's giving you feedback on how you are doing. One more time. Inhale, reaching. Exhaling, arms and hands come down. Lifting the shoulders. Exhale, consciously push them down. Lifting up. Lowering them down. Again, lift. And lower. Push down so that you feel there's more space between your ear and your collarbone. Again, lift. And lower so that this feels good. If this pace is too fast, please slow it down for yourself. And last one, lift those shoulders up and lower down. Now let us circle the shoulders. As I often explain, we start off, we may be awake, but our joints, our shoulder joints are not fully awake yet. So that's what we're doing. You can think of the first repetitions as our warm up. Starting to feel now, maybe you can hear my shoulders. And now what I'd like you to do is explore, being really conscious with the words. This is a discovery. What does the range of motion feel like for your shoulders right now? You can see. Maybe you're warm and like, oh, can I reach further? Can I reach higher? Can I reach further back and lower? So that the circles, maybe they become bigger. They don't have to. Also exploring, or maybe a better word is noticing the quality of your movement. When you started, maybe it was a little clunky. Maybe it was a little sticky is another word that I use, but clunky, sticky. Does that make sense? So not as smooth. And as you continue to circle, then you feel, oh yeah, it's smoothing out. So we're continuing. And the next step, can we link our breath with our movement? Yes, we can. Yes, we will. Yes, we are. We're linking, inhaling for part of your circle, exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. And exhale. So now, continuing with our circles, a little bit more movement. Allowing our elbows to lead the movement. Okay. Our technology, fancy technology, but it only works as well as we said it. So here we have had time that maybe you feel good to like, ooh, I am opening up. This is more than I opened last time. This is more than I typically open because we took the time to get really warm. So we're moving our shoulders, but see and feel. Oh, the chest. Oh, it's extending. You're getting a little stretch. Yeah, that's what we want. I want to stretch it out. I can feel also when I stretch, oh, I get a little bit of middle back, lower back. Opening, opening. Making noise with my breath. Okay, and then we do the circles. And I like to say we're swimming, we're doing backstroke. So maybe it's here. Or maybe it's an extension. Being conscious of your space. Whoops. So that we're not hitting anything or hitting anyone. And moving slowly, comfortably. What other variations? So here, I'm placing one hand down on the chair so that I can lean my body, and I'm also looking. So you have the opportunity to explore swimming. So if any of you are swimmers, you can actually swim where you follow your pinky finger, goes into the water. There are a lot of different things happening here. So can you reach? So as you swim, we're circling our shoulder, but also I'm trying to exaggerate so that you can see I'm stretching my whole body. So I'm getting a stretch as I am circling my shoulders. So I'm stretching out. I'm getting a stretch in the armpits, getting a stretch in my chest. And because I have my hand behind me, I'm getting a little more stretch through my rib cage. How does this feel for you? Does it feel good? If it feels good, excellent, wonderful. If it does not feel good, please make a change. So we are not all the same. Thank goodness we don't want to be the same. We're not robots. And because we're not the same, our bodies don't move the same, won't necessarily feel the same. Please make the adjustments that allow you to feel good. This is our last one, right side and left side, and release. Okay, now we're going to do those goalposts. This is, we've gotten our shoulders warm. We did external rotation. We're going to do internal rotation and back. So internal and external. Now, multiple factors happening, many things happening here. So our shoulders are rotating forward, backward. Our posture, we are becoming more and more aware and conscious of our posture. And what is good posture? I am doing my very best to be an example, showing so that I'm not only talking, but I am walking, talking the talk and walking the walk with my posture, that my spine is lifted and I am doing my best to engage my core, my abdominal muscles, my back muscles to hold my body in place, to stay lifted, to stay tall. And I like to say tall and proud. Sit up tall and proud, being proud of yourself for showing up for yourself and doing the work, doing the repetitions. Every day we're doing repetitions together. And then when you do them on your own, one repetition is all it takes for change, right? Where you do one of these, you drink one sip of water, you eat one broccoli sprout. Let's release the arms. Somebody's saying like, ooh, my arms are getting tired. Me too. So that's also part of it. Maybe you do 2 repetitions and you're tired. You did 2, and then next time you do 3, and then you do 4, and then you do 5. So that every repetition counts. And it's not about how much we can do, doing one to the very best of your ability, best form, best posture, so that you are feeling good. That truly is the most important thing that you can do. Let's arch and round through the spine. So we really worked into the shoulders. You can place your hands where it's comfortable for you. Maybe you place them onto the table, maybe you place them on your thighs, maybe you hold onto your chair, and we're going to move through an arch and round. So we went swimming, or using that analogy, using that description, using that movement. Like water, as we arch and round through our spine, becoming more fluid with each repetition. Again, that we notice in the beginning, maybe it's a little sticky with the movement, a little clunky. And the more you move, then we smooth it out. We're soothing the different spots in our body that might be tight, that might be carrying tension. And let's really use our breath here so that we inhale, we exhale. Helps us to relax a little bit more. Inhale as we're lifting up, we lengthen the spine, and then we feel free to close your eyes. And I like to encourage people to close their eyes, because then it's no longer about how it looks. How does it look? Even more important is, how does this feel? How does this movement feel for you? How does it feel in your body? You are the expert of you. So if something feels good, wonderful. If something does not feel good, then take action. Make an adjustment, make a shift. Continue to arch and round through your spine, awakening the spine, ironing out the kinks, and you're breathing deeply in and out. Once more, inhale. Exhale as you round through your spine. Inhale to lift yourself up tall. Exhale to arch and come to center, sitting up nice and tall, and chin glides. Apparently, these are called chin glides by some people. So we're gliding our chin forward, we're gliding our chin back. And we are going to be doing these frequently because this is such a common position. We've talked about neck, technology, and use of technology, use of devices that end up, we get super rounded. And so to counter that, we're doing our chin slides, coming forward. Can you feel that stretch in the back? We want to release and relieve that tension. So we're going to do this with our breath. Inhale, exhale as you glide. Inhale to center, exhale as you keep lengthening the spine. Keep activating your core muscles, abdomen, and your back to keep you in alignment. Using our muscles to keep our spine secure and safe in position. Coming forward, coming back, coming to center. And now notice how you feel. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice your posture. How does your neck feel? If you want to move around a little bit, feel free to move around. This is a check-in, a mobility check-in after having stretched out our body and done some deep breaths, and continuing to breathe deeply, noticing how you feel. Feeling better. I feel better. And isn't that wonderful? In a fairly short amount of time, to learn some information about nutrition, how it affects our mobility, to breathe, to learn a new breathing exercise, and to move. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for taking time to take care of yourself. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much.